A new episode of the podcast. Hi, thanks for tuning in. Sorry there was no podcast yesterday. That was just me being lazy. Straight up. That's what it was. Today is a Friday. I'm recording this pretty early. I'm bummed I'm recording this one early. I wish I would have seen this news yesterday. I wish I would have seen this news last night. It would have made me happy because we could have done a little interview with this guy. I've got to get a shout out there to a good buddy. I'm super excited about something with one of my friends. We'll get into that here in a moment. I did want to say yesterday was drugs. Yesterday was drugs. There was 67 basketball games yesterday. There's supposed to be 68, but Duke got COVID and so they're out. Which, by the way, a lot of people really excited Duke is out. I enjoy seeing Duke lose in the NCAA tournament more than I see them not make the tournament. I enjoy seeing them try to show a little composure walking off the court when they lose to a 13 or 12 seed. I also think they make the tournament a little bit better. I think the big schools like the Kentucky, who's not going to make it this year, Duke, who's not going to make it this year, I think they make the tournament better. And so I was a little bummed. Don't get me wrong, I don't like Duke. So the fact that all this is happening to them and they're not going to make the tournament for the first time in forever is it does bring me joy. But I do like seeing them lose in the tournament even more than seeing them not make the tournament. Anyways, yesterday, 67 basketball games. It was bananas. It included, unfortunately, a loss for my Portland Trailblazers. And by the way, this is between college and NBA. The NBA back to a full slate last night. Blazers lost last night after being up by a lot and then breaking down in the fourth quarter and getting Devin Bookered. So that was a major bummer. The Blazers need CJ McCollum back in a bad way, just for a little extra scoring, maybe just a little extra superstardom on the court. Gotta have more stars in the court for the Blazers. They looked okay though. But Eastern Eagles win their quarterfinal game, so they're on to the semifinals on Saturday. They play semifinals Saturday, and then I think it's semifinals Saturday, Big Sky Championship Sunday, which is weird. I figured they would be the other way around, but I think that's right. I probably should look at that. No, I'm way wrong. They play tonight, Friday night, and then Big Sky Championship Saturday. That makes a lot more sense anyways. So the Grizzlies, I believe, tonight, and then championship. So congrats to the Eastern Eagles. Be following them. That'd be so cool if they win the Big Sky tournament, go to the NCAA tourney. That'd be awesome. I would be pumped for Shante Leggins and them boys. Okay. Yeah, so yesterday was just crazy. The game started at 8:30. Win all day. It's going to happen again today. The basketball month is here. The basketball month is here, which also means, I've mentioned this many years, the basketball month is here, which means snack companies are feeling themselves. I love it. This is the time. This is the time of year where you get to go to the store and you will inevitably find a wild flavor bag of chips, something crazy with some candy that's not necessarily Easter. That's just something someone tried because we got a lot of people who are going to be sitting their rear ends on a couch for the next 4 weeks on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. This year, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday for that first weekend of the tournament. They pushed it back a day. We're just going to be sitting on the couch looking for snacks, looking for things to eat. And so the companies that make said snacks, they get creative in the month of March. So I am fired up about it. I actually went and got a bag. These have been out for a while since the Super Bowl. I went and got a bag of Doritos 3D. If you're watching the YouTube video, you can see them right now. Let me do the what is it, thumbnail. All right, there we go. Thumbnails in. I got the Doritos 3D so I could have those for a little bit of the hoops, and I am excited about it. They used to be really good. They were really good chip back in the mid-2000s. Anyways, I say all this to say basketball's here. I'm pumped about it. I'm fired up about it. There was a hilarious moment in hoops yesterday or 2 days ago in the Big East tournament where the Big East tournament is being played at Madison Square Garden. I'll play the audio for you here. Madison Square Garden is where the Big East tournament's being played, and former New York Knick and NBA Hall of Famer and legendary New York Knick, Patrick Ewing, is the coach of Georgetown University. They're playing in Madison Square Garden where the New York Knicks play, where Patrick Ewing was a legend through his career. He can't get around Madison Square Garden without getting accosted by security, and I loved his commentary. Here you go.
But I do want to say one thing, though. I thought this was my building, and I feel terrible that I'm getting stopped, accosted, asking for passes. Everybody in this building should know who the hell I am. and I'm getting stopped. I can't move around this building. Like I was like, what the hell? Is this Madison Square Garden? I'm gonna have to call Mr. Dolan and say, geez, is my number in the rafters or what? But I do want
I absolutely love that. I love that. Patrick Ewing can't get around Madison Square Garden without getting accosted by security, which, congratulations, Madison Square Garden security, on doing your job right. But that's freaking Patrick Ewing. That is Patrick Ewing, who had the New York Knicks at the highest level that they've been at in 20 years, since 20 years ago. He was the man. He was the reason they even had a chance against Michael Jordan's teams back in the 90s. He was the chance that he was the only chance they had in the late 2000s when they were trying to make their runs with Larry Johnson and Allen Houston and Patrick Ewing. That he was it, man. That's why his jersey's retired. And the fact that he can't get around Madison Square Garden is hilarious. I do feel like every gym in America should have those kind of people. Every gym in America should know there's a handful of people that no matter what, they can do whatever they want. Whatever they want. It doesn't matter. They're legends. They made the building work. They made the building all his money. Patrick Ewing and Madison Square Garden, those two things are hand in hand. He should have a key to every room, master key him, skeleton key him up. Doesn't matter where he wants to go, what he wants to do. He should be able to get there. Okay, I said I had a story about a friend. I'm super excited about this. Next week, we'll get him on next week to ask him WTF. Because when I saw this headline, I thought, you kept a secret from me, bud. And I don't know that I like it. But Robert Sacre, former Gonzaga Bulldog, former Los Angeles Laker, current owner of Sacre Excavations, got hired by a Canadian basketball team, the CEBL's Fraser Valley Bandits, up there in Vancouver, British Columbia, as their assistant general manager. Rob Sacre is the assistant GM of my new favorite hoops team, the CEBL's Fraser Valley Bandits. I already bought my t-shirt. It's already in the mail. I'm super excited. So get me my merch. Bobby, I bought one shirt now. I'm expecting the second one gratis. Okay? So just know that going in. But it's my new favorite team. This is going to be my squad. And it leads me to a basketball story I wanted to share. I think I've shared it on the podcast before. I'm sure I've shared it on the podcast at some point, but it's been years since I brought it up. But Rob has a chance, when all this gets going, to give me my second run-in with what was my favorite sporting moment of my life in Memphis, Tennessee. And Rob, I expect this at some point, just so you know. This isn't I hope this happens. I actually just expect it. I went to Memphis one year and again, this is by far, for me, my favorite sporting event moment where I wasn't working. I go to Memphis, Tennessee. We go there with country music for a country music seminar at St. Jude's Children's Hospital. St. Jude's Children's Hospital, we do they combine with us at Coyote Country, and we do a yearly fundraiser for St. Jude's. It's really cool. And so we go out, they bring people out who are going to be doing the fundraiser every year to Memphis, and they tour the hospital with you. So you tour the hospital. It's super sad. I mean, it's awesome. But for me, I'm a very emotional guy, walking around seeing the families there. That's a hard trip. That's a very, very cool place, but for someone like me, that's a very hard trip. So we go out there, you tour the really cool hospital. They do a bunch of seminars on, okay, here's what we're working on, so that when you go back and you do your fundraiser, you have the facts, the current facts. It's not outdated stuff. It's really sweet. They do an awesome job with it. Well, they have these seminars in this cool hotel, Peabody Hotel in Memphis, Tennessee. And so I go to Memphis. It was really cool because a year before this story, I had gone and Jeremy Pargo, former Zag, played for Memphis and was cool enough to hook me up with tickets to get into the game and get me into the locker room, which was wild, which was an awesome experience. So he was really cool about that. And so I had already had what I thought was going to be my favorite Memphis Grizzly experience. I actually took I stole from the Memphis Grizzlies locker room. Let's say Jeremy and I had a little conversation about one of their players who currently plays for the Utah Jazz, I believe, and has rad hair and played with Aaron Cook and Greg Oden on an AAU team. He had, it's actually a shirt I'm wearing on the podcast video. That Portland Trailblazers shirt I'm wearing, the Memphis Grizzlies version, there was one in the locker room, and it was being put by someone's locker, and I was told to take it because they get them a lot. So anyways, I'm a thief. There's that. Probably not allowed in Memphis anymore. Anyways, that was a fun experience with Pargo. That was really cool. But the next year we went back, and I'm at the hotel, and I'm minding my own business, walking around by myself, and I walk by the room where we're going to have our nightly dinner and meeting, and there are two gals setting up a ton of chairs. And I thought, okay, that's a lot of chairs. That's a big room. I'm going to go in and help. And so I just helped for maybe 25 minutes setting up these chairs, just filling this room up. Killed some time. And at the end of it, one of the gals was like, thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Do you like the Memphis Grizzlies? And I was like, I do. I really do like the Memphis Grizzlies. I like the NBA. So I do like basketball. And she goes, oh, would you like tickets to the game? I can get you tickets to the game tonight. That'd be if you would like them. Thanks for helping out. My dad has season tickets. I go, okay. Yes, I would love them. That would be awesome. She goes, okay, cool. They'll be at will call under your name. I say, okay, this will be awesome. So I go about my day. We do our meeting. I speed out of the meeting. There's always like this post after party, which is cool, but it's not as cool as basketball. So I bail out of there. My buddy TC, who I'm with, is like, why aren't you sticking around? I'm like, I got to go to the basketball game. He's like, you're a loser. This party's going to be fun. I say, no, the basketball game's going to be rad. And I'm glad I made that decision because as I went to the ticket office, Will called to grab my tickets. I grabbed them. They came in a really cool, really, really cool envelope. It was like thick envelope. And I opened up the tickets. And they were these really nice. They weren't just normal tickets, really nice. I thought, are these like the club? I don't even know what they're called because I don't get them. I don't even get them. I never have been in one of them. One of the boxes. I thought, these box seats, one of those sweet boxes about halfway up the arena. What are these tickets? So I go to one of the guard or one of the, not security. It's the people who help you with your tickets and where your seats are. And I hand them the tickets and they asked me how I got them. And that's when I knew I was out of my place. The gal who was working was the daughter of the owner of the Memphis Grizzlies. The owner of the Memphis Grizzlies. His daughter handed me these tickets, had given me these tickets. These tickets were directly next to the Memphis Grizzlies bench. Courtside, feet on the hardwood, nothing between my feet and the players. I was standing on the same court as the Grizzlies. I was sitting directly next to Zach Randolph because Zach Randolph for the Memphis Grizzlies was injured at the time, and so he was just kind of hanging on that. Was it Zach Randolph? Yeah, he was sitting injured on the bench, and it was the greatest experience. It was Memphis Grizzlies, Sacramento Kings. I got to hear everything. It was Rudy Gay. At one point in the game, had to check in, so you had to walk by our seat, and he had me hold his talcum powder and his. I don't know if this is not cool, but it was to me at the moment. He walks by and he was picking up stuff. They have all this stuff on the score table that you can't see in the games. It's kind of behind a lip, and they have all this stuff each player does. So they have their own talcum powder stuff, but they all have their mouth guard cases. And Rudy Gay, I just want to call him Rudy Gobert because a year ago Rudy Gobert ruined basketball. But he hands me his retainer or his mouthpiece case, looks like a retainer case, and his talcum powder, and goes, hang on to these for a second. So I'm sitting there holding this case with Rudy Gay's drool all over it and his talcum powder. Well, he leans over and ties up one of his shoes, and he stands back up and he grabs it. Hey man, thanks. And that's how close I was to this game. Every single thing that Boogie Cousins said, which wasn't great during the game, I got to hear all of. Everything Marc Gasol with his hilarious accent was yelling at Boogie Cousins, I got to hear. And it was crazy. And watching the speed of an NBA game in person with nothing in between you and the players at all was by far the coolest moment of my career. My career? was by far the coolest moment of my life with professional sports, with sports. That was sweet. And that's not what I expect Rob Sacre to hook me up with. Bobby, I got courtside seats from a girl who is the daughter's owner in Memphis. I expect to get courtside seats to my new favorite basketball team. I want to get this word right because I don't want to screw up the name. Fraser Valley Bandits. Bandits is going to be easy for me to remember. I'm a big Bandits fan. Fraser Valley. Rob's got to come on next week. Season starts June 5th. Rob's got to come on next week. I got to find out if he's moving to Vancouver. I got to find out what his job entails. I got to find out if I can get on the team, if he needs me to come up to his house and run through some drills to see if I can get some playing time. We got to talk to Rob about that, but I'm super pumped for him. Congrats, Rob. You are the man. You deserve it, and I'm excited to see how this goes for you. Okay, there you go. A little basketball story for you on a Friday. I hope your day goes extremely well. I hope the weekend goes smooth. I got my brother coming to town today, and we are nerding out. He's getting into town around 2 o'clock. We are nerding out with board games from 2 o'clock until we can't keep our eyes open anymore tonight. So definitely no podcast tomorrow because I'm going to be exhausted. Talk to you guys on Monday. Thanks for tuning in. As always, if you are an iTunes listener and you could go to iTunes and you could just hit the review button on the podcast. We're 30 reviews away from 100, trying to get to 100 reviews by the end of 2021. We got some work to do, 30 of those. So if you can do that for me, if you haven't already, that would be sweet. Otherwise, thank you for already having done that. Have a great weekend, everyone. Talk to you Monday.